Hey guys, welcome back to Mom Nurture. It has been a while, like it usually is when I upload. It's not that frequent, but just with everything going on, I think it's fair to say I've had a lot going on in my personal life, as I'm sure everyone else has. So yeah, I actually noticed my hair length in my last video, and my hair has come a bit of a way since the last upload, so that's how we know I'm not the most active on these things. But I kind of wanted to do a video on just like me being an empath, I guess. I saw this, well, like my friends sometimes send me like memes or just posts that like relate to me because they know that this is how I am. So I just thought it'd be fun to actually look into what it really like a little checklist to know if you're really an empath, which I obviously know, like I am a very empathetic person. But one of my friends sent me this and they were like, this is totally you. So I was like, you know what, let me go down this list in public, just so people really know, like how being an empath could kind of affect your everyday life, because you're just so over empathetic, I guess. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I guess I'll give you guys a little bit of background with myself. I know a lot of people, or like I've been more open about the fact that like I'm a crybaby, and I don't say that like I'm a crybaby as a brat. Like I just cry because I cry a lot because I feel like I'm a human emotional sponge. Like I could absorb everyone's energy and like take it as my own, if that makes sense. Ever since I was little, I would easily get my feelings hurt, like easily. If my parents would raise their voice at me, I would be in tears. And I don't think I really understood that till probably a couple years ago, honestly. Like it hasn't even been that long that I've been trying to figure this out. But as a kid, I would always get called chillona, llorona, like even playfully. Like that's just what my parents would tell me, that I would cry for everything. And it's true to this day. I really do. And it's been hard, honestly, because I feel like there's this like negative connotation about people that cry a lot. But I'm here to say I have been trying to navigate it and like just be more accepting of who I am as a person. Like it's kind of hard when people are kind of like tired of you crying. And I think I'm saying this like directly speaking about my partner, because he's obviously, I'm living with him, so he could see me cry all the time, and he's frankly probably tired of my shit. Like, really, you're crying again? And it's been hard because I know there has been times when I've tried to control like how much crying I do, or like stopping myself from crying, but I've just come to the realization that it's just really not healthy for me. Like I need to let it out in the moment. And when I talk about crying, again, it's not about me being a brat. It's just about like the energies that I feel, or like things that were said or things that I see. And it's just like it's just like a lot of emotion for me to handle. So I kind of just break down. But anyways, moving on to this list here of how to know if you're, or no, the blog is actually called 13 Signs That You're an Empath. So again, for anyone who doesn't know what an empath is, it's someone who is highly aware of their emotions, of those around them, to the point of feeling those emotions themselves, which is kind of what I mentioned. I feel like I'm a human emotional sponge. I'll just absorb everything. All right, so the first one is you take on other people's emotions as your own. This is very true. Whenever like someone's telling me something, or if I see something happening, like if I see somebody being mistreated on the streets, or if I see a homeless person, I immediately feel for them. Like for some reason, I just put myself in their shoes, and I'm just able to really strongly feel what others might not. And I think this is what leads me, especially like here living in downtown, there's a homeless person like on every street, on every single corner of the street. and I just feel inclined to give money to them or give them food or anything. And that's just how I was raised. I've always been very giving. And my partner's like, you're gonna run out of your money if you keep on giving something to everyone you see, you know? So I think that's how I, like, obviously not with that, but I realized that other people really just don't feel as much as I do, which is, it's just weird, I guess, being this, like, wanting to help everyone out when you obviously know there's only so much you could really do. But yeah, there's the first one. The second one says, sometimes you experience sudden overwhelming emotions when you're in public. This is true. I really try not to in public anymore. But sometimes, again, it could get hard. I'm trying to think of an example of when something's overwhelming for me in public. I hate confrontation. I really do. I don't think I've ever been good at confronting anyone. And this isn't me saying like I can't stand up for myself. It's just like if I feel it unnecessary, I won't go into the argument with you. But 3 days before they actually started here in downtown, which is probably 2.5 weeks ago, I started crying. Like, it was weird. Like, I just had a feeling that, like, the energy in the air, and I know to some people this sounds crazy, but I feel like I very easily detect like energies, and I pick up on vibes, and I literally started crying. I started crying, and my partner was like, why are you crying? And I'm just like shit's gonna get hectic. Like, it really is. And sure enough, the weekend came, and that's when all the protests and like the looting started happening. And thank goodness I actually wasn't in LA, like in my downtown home while that happened, because I don't know what would have happened. Honestly, I might have spiraled out. I would have had panic attacks because things were literally happening right here on my street. And the night I actually came back to downtown was one of the last nights that they were looting, but there was so many gunshots, and that triggered something in me, and I was just like, I can't be here. I actually had to go back to South Central because I felt safer there. So yeah, that's one of the examples I could think of from top of mind. The third one says, the vibe of a room matters to you a lot. Yes, like I mentioned, I feel like I very easily pick up on energies or on vibes of people. I'm a very intuitive person. Like, I just know, like, when you know, you know. And I think I have a very strong intuition. And yeah, that's all I could really say to you. If a vibe is off, like, I just won't really be there. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I just don't like fake shit, basically. I really don't. 4, if you understand where people, you understand where people are coming from. Yes, I feel like I do. I think it just goes hand in hand with me, like feeling for others' emotions, whatever story it may be. I'll sympathize with you, I really will. And this just goes along with anybody. Like, I don't think I have any really bad relationships or bad blood with anyone. But of course there has been people in my life that have hurt me a lot. And even then, like, I just have kept my distance from them. But whenever they do like pop back up into my life for one reason or another, I am still able to understand where they're coming from, or like if they need help with something. I'm just very understanding. And I think I'm only mentioning like the fact that it happens with people that I have had trouble in the past with, because it goes to show that I really can't, like, I really don't hold hate for anyone. I just don't. I'm just a very understanding person. No matter what has happened between us, I'm just there. I'm just understanding. Number 5, people turn to you for advice. Yes, I feel like a lot of people are able to confide in me, and I think it just goes with my whole, like, that's why I chose my name, you know, Mama Nurture. I feel like I am a very nurturing person. And I also know how like overwhelming that could be sometimes. So it is very important, I will say, if you ever want to, you know, like just reach out to your friends about things that are going on, I have made it a habit myself to ask them like, hey, do you have mental space for anything that I could just unload on you right now? Because it could be a lot, you know. And a lot of people, since they are sensitive with a lot of things, you just gotta ask for permission. So there's that. Number 6. Ooh, the jazz is getting high. Alexa, can you turn your volume down to a 3, please? That was 5. Number 6. Tragic or violent events on TV can completely incapacitate you. I don't know about the incapacitate part, but I will say I just have to shut it off. Sometimes I will shut off the TV. I will turn away from my social media, scroll past it really fast if it's something violent. Yeah, I haven't been that good with it, and I will say this is something that I've noticed more as I've become older. I was super into horror stuff and like gruesome things, and I was able to handle seeing shootings obviously in films and in TV shows because I knew it wasn't real. And so my boyfriend and I started watching Westworld, and it's a super dope show. It's super dope. There's just so much shooting going on, and I realized I can't watch it, and it sucked because the show was super good, but every time I watched it, my anxiety would like skyrocket, and I would just sound like, you know what, like, I'm so sorry, you could continue watching this show on your own. I'm not gonna be able to watch it. Either we watch something else or like you're gonna have to watch it alone. It kind of sucked. It really does. Things like that really do spike my anxiety. Let's see. You can't contain your love of pets, animals, or babies. I feel that. Yeah, I love animals. Fun fact, when I was beginning my college journey and I didn't know what I really wanted to do, I was actually studying to be, well, not really studying because, well, it's a complicated story. I started off as a bio major wanting to go into like vet school, and I was actually doing like a UCLA extension program at the LA Zoo. So I was like training to become a docent. You know, I was just super in love with animals. And I don't know what happened. I kind of just fell off of that and didn't decide to pursue it. And I actually switched off to become a business major. But yeah, no, I have always had a super big love for animals and pets. And with babies, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my calling in this world is to become a mom. I really do. And I don't know if that's like the older sister in me speaking. I do have 3 younger brothers, so I feel like in some way I've been like a motherly figure to them, or just in general with a lot of my friends. They have told me that, you know, I'm just very nurturing, and they would see me being like a great mom. And I don't know, I really would love to have kids. I feel like, again, that's my purpose in this life. So we'll see whenever that happens. Number 8, you might feel people's physical illness too, not just their emotions. I will say I have felt pain when I see other people in pain. I am not gonna say I know 100% how it feels. Like if I see somebody being stabbed, I'm not gonna say holy shit, that like literally hurt me. Yeah, so that one's a little iffy. The explanation says when someone is sick or injured, you might even go as far as to feel their ailment as if you're their own. This doesn't mean feeling sympathy or concern for them, but having actual physical sensations like pain, tightness, or soreness in the same areas of the body. You know what? I don't think I'm that developed yet as an empath. I don't think I've really felt like physical pain just by looking at somebody. So maybe not that one. 9, you can become overwhelmed in intimate relationships. I'm gonna read what this means because relationships can be challenging for everyone, but imagine how much bigger those challenges are when you can sense every little mood, irritation, or yes, even a lie from your partner. And positive emotions can also become overwhelming as a relationship may engulf you. Sound familiar? Yes, 1000%. That does sound familiar. Okay, yeah, for sure. I have felt overwhelmed a numerous amount of times in my relationship, and I just think, I don't know if that's an empath thing or if it's like just because you've been in a long-term relationship and you know how people are, but when something's off, again, like I'll sense it, and it could become overwhelming knowing so much, I think. So yeah, I'll check that one off as a yes. You're a walking lie detector. I am. I'm not gonna lie. I call bullshit real fucking fast. It's super easy for me to tell when somebody's lying. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go down that path. But yes, I very easily detect lies. And even when you think you're playing me, you're really not. Like, I catch on to stuff really fast. 11, you can't understand why any leader wouldn't put their teams first. What does this really mean? There are plenty of managers and group organizers who simply don't pay attention to their team's needs. If you're an empath, this isn't just rude or annoying. It's a failure of leadership. I would say so. Yeah, I could agree with that. I think part of being a great leader is being able to listen to the people that you're working with and the people that are helping you attain the same goal you want to reach. So yeah. 12, you have a calming effect on other people and the power to heal them. I will say yes to that again. Like I mentioned before, I feel like a lot of my friends come to me for help. I know I'm a lot of people's like go-to, and I've mentioned this in the past. My therapist has actually asked me to make like a list of like 5 people I could reach out to in any case that I was like freaking out or like spiraling out of control and I just needed somebody to be there. So I know I have those types of people in my life, and I know I am one of those people for other of my friends or like family members. You cannot see someone in pain without wanting to help. Yes, 1000%. I'm always trying to, like, it's actually become pretty hard because if something's happening out on the street, like if somebody's car broke down, I would be the first one to get out of my car and like go help them, like either pull their car to the side or try to, you know, make it start again. But it's just become dangerous, I think, in the environment that we're living with. You don't really ever know who you could really trust. So my dad's actually told me to stop being so nice in that aspect, because of course they don't want anything to happen to me. But yeah, okay, so we went through the 13, and out of those 13, I will say I felt pretty strongly about 12 or 11. So there we have it. Like I said, I've always known I'm very empathetic. Feel like I'm very emotionally intelligent, and I know what's going on with other people, and I'm able to feel their pain. So yeah, to anyone who out there who's like an empath, you know, don't be shy about how much you cry. I have conversations because I am friends with a lot of, I'm not gonna, you know what, yes, water signs are very sensitive, and I know a lot of people don't believe in that, but I find correlation with all of that. If you are a Cancer, if you are a Pisces, or if you're a Scorpio, I think all of us can feel that way. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's all I wanted to touch base on today. Take pride in the fact that you're able to feel that much, you know, that you're able to be that emotionally intelligent and catch on to other people's feelings and emotions. So yeah, that's all I wanted to touch base on today. The sun came down, so I feel like I gradually got darker in the video, so sorry about that. But yeah, I hope I'll make another video soon, and kind of get more into the groove of things again, as I'm finally like coming out of my own funk during this entire quarantine period. So thanks for being here, guys. Love you as always. Go on and shine your light on others. Always lead with kindness, and always nurture your truths. Bye.